Hi everyone, welcome to ABELI Reviews. I'm Andrew, and today we are talking about Elite Dangerous, and specifically we're checking out Jupiter. So we are in our home solar system, which is super cool. Not something you can just do right away when you start Elite Dangerous. The way you get to Jupiter is you have to raise your standings with one of the three superpowers. There are three in Elite Dangerous. One is Federation, the other is the Empire, and the third is the Alliance. You need to raise your standing with the Federation. They happen to control Sol, otherwise known as the solar system. Once you rank up with them by taking on missions that are Federation-based, you eventually get more points and more standings, and once you get to the Petty Officer rank, you'll be granted a Sol system permit. From there, you can then visit our solar system and go see all the cool bodies within it, right? So we have a whole series of these videos. You'll see them on our channel. But today we're checking out Jupiter. And I'm really excited because I think Jupiter is going to look really cool in Elite Dangerous. So as we continue to get closer, I will fill the time with a little bit of information about Jupiter. So Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun, and it's the largest in our solar system, or the Sol system. It is a gas giant with a mass more than 2.5 times that of all the other planets in the solar system combined, and slightly less than 1/1000th the mass of our Sun. Jupiter orbits the Sun at a distance of 5.20 AU. So an AU, just for those of you that are curious, that is an astronomical unit. It is a unit of length, roughly the distance from Earth to our Sun. So 5.2 times that, if you think about its orbit. And it takes about, a single orbit takes 11.86 years, which is wild. Jupiter is the third brightest natural object in the Earth's night sky after the Moon and, of course, Venus. It has been observed since prehistoric times, and it was named after Jupiter, the chief deity of the ancient Roman religion. That's a little bit about Jupiter. As we continue to get closer, it's going to start to come into view for us, but I am just very excited to see what Jupiter looks like in Elite Dangerous. So far, they've done a great job. The Moon looked awesome. Earth looked awesome. Mars looks super cool because they terraformed Mars in this game. It's not just the red planet. It's not just a red desert. It looks green because it has greenery. It has water. So Mars looked really cool. Just overall, I love the detail in this simulation of a game. It is so cool, and it's really fun that we're getting to explore our own solar system, right? That's what you sort of dream of when you think about, can I fly in space? At least me. I'm in space. Why would I not want to check out my home solar system and cruise the stars and get around and see all these cool things? So for me, it's awesome. Can't compare. Love this game. It makes me so happy, and it's such a fun experience. It just kind of goes to show you there's so much more you can do in these types of games than just like combat and trading and exploration. I guess this falls under exploration, but I just get excited for it. I think it's super cool. Now, Jupiter does have other things that orbit it too, so we will look at that later. I believe Jupiter has about 95 different little moons that sort of go around it, but we will be dealing with those things later. I'm not sure how many they show in Elite Dangerous, but this is super exciting. And here we come, right up to Jupiter now. It already looks neat. I'm very excited for this. And as we get closer, we're going to switch to a nicer view. So let's go ahead. Oh, there we go. Super Cruise Assist. Oh yeah, there we are. We can see its rings. So let's change our view. Now let's start zooming out. Oh, how cool. Now, my only concern is we might crash, because we're going to hit those rings. So if we do, be prepared for me to sort of solve for that. But overall, wow. Now that's a view, folks. That is a view. Wow. We're cruising on its rings here. Love it. Look at that. Super cool. We'll continue to zoom out a little bit. It's so big, though. I don't know how much more we can zoom out. Look at those storms on Jupiter. That's those swirls. Wow. And now, as we get to the dark side of Jupiter, this will be kind of interesting. We'll sort of center ourselves here and just sort of see how the orbit takes us. I suspect we might get a slightly dark view for a little bit there. Pretty cool, though. That was really neat, coming into those rings, those light sections of just like pulverized asteroid and rock just floating around in its orbit. Let's see what it looks like over here. We're like just in line with those things. So let's see if we can kind of go higher up and change our angle. You can kind of see it. We're just sort of coasting across the top. It's sort of making it blurry as we go on top of it there. Love to see it. And so far it hasn't knocked us out of Super Cruise. I really thought we might. Oh, and now we're getting onto the dark side of Jupiter. I'm actually kind of surprised how far out I was able to zoom too in this camera view. But I think we might be about as far as it allows us. But we'll keep going and seeing. Wow. What a big planet. If you've watched some of our other ones, you could tell that we were able to kind of get around it really quickly. Not Jupiter. Jupiter's taking some time. It requires our attention. Or it demands it, really. Super cool. We're coming around now. So, since Jupiter's so big, we're going to get double bonus facts. Turns out Jupiter was the first planet to form, and in its inward migration during the primordial solar system impacted much of the formation. Oh my goodness, let me start that again. I was trying to read it. Basically, Jupiter is primarily composed of hydrogen by 90% volume, followed by helium, which makes up a quarter of its mass and a tenth of its volume. What I was trying to get to before is Jupiter was one of the first bodies in our solar system to form after the sun. And that's really cool. It actually took a pretty big chunk of it, apparently. It used most of the hydrogen. Here we go. All right, nice. Now we can see sort of the area around it. We're just going to coast along like we're surfing. Super cool. Let's find a few more bonus facts, because I feel like I slaughtered a couple of those. So here we are, about those rings I was talking about. Jupiter is surrounded by a faint planetary ring system and has a powerful magnetosphere, the second largest continuous structure in the solar system, after the heliosphere. We'll come back to what those are. Jupiter forms a system of 95 known moons, and probably many more, including large 4 moons discovered by Galileo in 1610, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Now, back to the other pieces, right? So we know that those rings are one of the longest structures in our solar system, but what we didn't quite catch before is it was talking about the magnetosphere and the heliosphere. So a magnetosphere is a region of space surrounding an astronomical object in which charged particles are affected by that object's magnetic field. It is created by a celestial body with an active inner dynamo. So basically, the swirling of Jupiter creates this sort of static charge. I know that's not correct, but we'll use that as sort of our baseline. Now, the heliosphere. The heliosphere is a magnetosphere and an outmost atmospheric layer of the sun, and it takes the shape of a vast bubble-like region of space. In plasma physics terms, it is the cavity formed by the sun in the surrounding interstellar medium. The bubble of the heliosphere is continuously inflated by plasma. That's actually pretty cool. So it's kind of just like the sun's overall expanse. Wow. You can see that really. Let's kind of zoom over here to the side. The ship's coming right over to it. That is a massive storm. Super cool. I should probably preface, I'm just pulling these things from Wikipedia. If you can obviously find your own information too. I'm just trying to make this fun. If I'm mispronouncing anything or giving you wrong information, don't take it to jeopardy. Don't call me back up and say, you set us down the wrong path. But I do hope these are fun and entertaining, and you're getting a little bit of interesting out of this and understanding just how much you can do in Elite Dangerous. But other than that, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll just end with our ship going around Jupiter. Thanks. Take care.